Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Get this out in a couple of places so that everybody can join in. Whoops. There it is. Good morning. It is Saturday, November the 23rd, 2019. This is going to be a fantastic day. That's the way I choose for my day to be. But it is a fantastic day in general. Hi, I'm Brad Smith. I am the original Car Smith. Spent over 30 years on the retail side, work now on the vendor side, and I'm here to give you some of my level of experience from decades of growing through the car business. You see, I am what you'd probably call an OG. I'm one of the call it the original gangster, old guard, call it a lot of different things. But certainly I've come through a complete metamorphosis in the way the car business has transformed. You see, for years, for decades, I said one thing consistently about the car business, that while cars have got changed and they've gotten more technologically advanced, while consumers have certainly become a lot more educated, one thing I would say is that the car business hasn't changed. Well, my friends, I can't say that anymore. I cannot tell you that anymore. You see, in the last several years, the car business has totally changed. Now, a lot of ways that we try to take a look at it, it has changed in a lot of ways that it's positive. It's changed in, not really, I don't think, in the negative, although a lot of old school people would think that's the case. But here's a few things that I'm here to tell you that I know to be true. One, it's Saturday. It is the next to last Saturday this entire month. It is going to be a fantastic Saturday. And I can guarantee you right now, there are people planning their day coming into the car dealership to do business with you. Now, what I can also absolutely guarantee you, and I do not care what they tell you, one thing I can guarantee you is they're not on the way to the doctor, they're not on the way to the movie theater, they're not on the way to eat and just happen to drive by and stop in. They're coming in to do business with you. Okay, so take that into account. Know that in your mind. They're coming in to do business with you today. By far, the majority of the customers have already done their shopping. They know what they're looking to do. They're coming in to do business with you today. Now, the only difference is, are they going to do business with you, or are they going to do business with somebody else? But they're coming to buy a vehicle today. You see, most customers do not enjoy coming in to buy a car. They would rank going to the dentist and getting their teeth pulled higher or more of an enjoyable experience than coming in to buy a car. They think they can trust their congressman more than they can trust you. Now that has changed, and it has changed for the negative. It has always not been a real positive thing, but it has gotten worse over the last several years. And why? Because we are not listening to our customers. You see, one thing that has changed, the thing that the internet has truly changed, is the people now walking on your lot are no longer coming in the same stage of the auto buying process. You see, before, to do much research, maybe a consumer could go out and buy Road and Track, they could buy Car and Driver, they could go out and buy Consumer Reports, or they could talk to their friends that own a vehicle similar to what you sell. But that was the way they did their information gathering before they came into the dealership. So a lot of consumers walked in several years ago still learning, trying to decide what they wanted. And that was one reason they had to shop several different dealerships is that's the way they gathered information. They came in and picked up literature from your store. But the internet has changed that. You see, the other thing that has changed is the way that when they arrive at your store, they are now in different places in the shopping experience. I've heard lots and lots of people question, has the road to the sale changed? Do we need to throw the road to the sale out the window? My friends, the road to the sale has not changed. The road to the sale is identical to what it was several years ago. Here's the issue. Not everybody walks on the lot in the same position. Several of them are already several steps through to the road to the sale. And if we try to force them into this channel and think that that's the way we need to deal with every single customer, that's where you're going to make your first mistake and where you're going to start to lose your customer. You see, there's two things I can tell you when your customer walks in the door. They are going to deal with you out of two emotions, out of a lack of trust and filled with fear. There's a lot of things that we in the retail car business can control. We can control what vehicle they're on. We can control their trade-in. We control the values of those. We can control rates and terms and down payments and monthly payments. There's a lot of things that we can work with. And while consumers can deal with the same types of things, as far as they know, they only have two things or two arrows in their quiver, as it were, to deal with, and it's time and it's payment, or it's money, right? Time or money. They think those are the only ways they can control you. So what you end up hearing is, I don't have time today, or all I want to do is rush to this point, or you hear something in relation to time, or they can, even though you have dropped down to your absolute bottom dollar, they've maybe started on the internet and don't realize that they already got your bottom line price and they're still hitting you up for more money. My friends, it isn't about price. It isn't about price. It's about the customer fearing that they don't believe that they're still getting a great deal. They still don't believe that they're getting the best deal from you, and that's why they ask. Sometimes what we just need to do is reassure them of the good deal that they're getting. But I want to start back up a little bit, and I want to talk about where it is that you meet your customer. I want to talk about when you greet them walking in the door, when you greet them on the lot. As we start talking to customers and ask them what brought them in today, they're going to start talking about a car. What you need to stop and step back from is to help to understand, as you're talking to a customer, that now, today, they are in different parts of the automotive buying cycle, or the sales funnel, as it were. Some of them have started doing a lot of investigation, and some of them haven't. Some of them have ideas. Over 70% have already shopped their trade-in on the internet, but there's that 30% that haven't. There's a lot of them that know exactly what year, make, model, trim that they want, and some of them have absolutely no idea when they're walking on the lot. You see, my wife and I are totally different types of automotive buyers. I will do all of my investigation up front. I will do all my research. When I walk on the lot, I know exactly what I want. I know what the color I want. I know the vehicle I want. And all I want to do is get down to that bottom line and go out the door. My wife would rather walk around the car lot and look for something that she likes and settle on it once she walks on the lot. She will do no investigation in advance, and we are two opposite ends of that same spectrum, right? We're two opposite ends, and what you need to understand is that your customers are the same way. Some of them will be, I just want to show up and see what's there, what are my options, and others will have done all that investigation in advance. You need to be able to meet your customer in the sales funnel, in the sales process, right? You need to meet them where they are. And where we try to fit them into drop this puzzle piece into the puzzle and force it to fit, that's where we make our mistakes. Sometimes simply stepping back after you've created that initial rapport and just simply say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I find a lot of the people that I deal with are in different places in their car buying process. Some of them have already looked at trade-ins, some of them have researched lots of cars, some of them know exactly what it is they want to buy, some of them want to kind of look around and think and shop. And where is it you are and how can I best serve you today? Now, a lot of people will tell you, I'm just here to find this out. I'm not interested in buying a car today. That's what you'll hear. That's them putting and playing with the time mechanism. I guarantee you they don't like being there. They certainly don't want to have to keep coming back. Here's your answer. Fantastic. I am absolutely glad to help you today. Let's talk about what it is that you want to be able to accomplish. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for, right? Or you've already done your investigation. You know what you want. Fantastic. Whatever they do, what they're looking for from you, they're looking for pushback. Don't give it to them. That's what they believe they're going to get. That's where their lack of trust is going. They're looking for you to push back. Don't push back. Give in. Fantastic. Respond. Fantastic. You see, we need to understand what the customer is feeling, what they're going through, and that almost everything that will come out of their mouths will be out of time or lack thereof or from fear. And their only way to respond to you is based in time or it's based in money. So when they're talking about vehicles, right? Now we're talking about trying to land ourselves on the right vehicle. And when they tell you a range, yes, your customer is going to hold back. If they know they can afford $400 a month, they're going to tell you $350. Don't ask. Maybe take a look at what they're doing now. But a lot of cases, people's budgets have changed. Life has changed. Find out who your customer is. Where are they in that buying cycle? What is it they want to accomplish? What is it they're looking for? I have seen, real case scenario, a customer show up just right at the beginning of the lunch hour, right? Show up on the lot at a Ford dealership, saw a Mustang convertible, and absolutely was enamored by it. Salesperson walked out to go try and help them, and immediately the customer started asking them about the Ford Mustang. What did they end up doing? They spent that entire lunch hour talking about the Ford Mustang. They went and drove it, they test drove it, they talked about it, they went on for an hour. The time was up, they had to get back to work. Now, what happened at the end? What they found out is the guy came in to start finding out information about the minivan at the time. This goes back obviously several years ago when Ford had a minivan, because he needed a minivan for his family. He was bringing in his friend to drop him off at the service department to pick up a car out of the service department that was being worked on that morning. But he was honestly thinking about buying a minivan for his family. But when they walked in, he saw the convertible. He had no desire whatsoever to buy the convertible. That was a dream. And they spent the hour wasting the salesperson's time chasing down a convertible that he had no interest in buying, because we didn't ask the questions up front. Sometimes, my friends, you have to stop, you have to step back, you have to ask questions, and know when you're getting to the end, and even though the customer's done lots of research, if he's done lots of research, what we need to do is assure him that he's getting your bottom dollar, that he's getting your best price, that he's getting your best deal. If you use certain tools that are out there. Use KBB, use TrueCar Trade, use Edmunds, use all these tools to assure them they're getting great value for their trade. Use your online tools to assure your customer they're getting a great deal. They will use that against you. Use it to bolster your position. Because, my friends, they are dealing out of fear. Understand it. And don't give them reasons to mistrust you. Give them reasons to trust you by saying, fantastic. Let's see how I can best help. Meet your customer where they are today. You will have a fantastic day just simply by going through the process and meeting the customer where they're at. I'm Brad Smith, the original Car Smith, and this has been your Saturday morning sales meeting. Have a fantastic day. Roll that rubber, my friends. Bye now.